going on, everybody? Thank you so much for coming back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Up, Up, and Away. So right out of the gate, a huge thanks to my boy Rashad G Reviews for being in this video with me. We're doing our back and forth series. I made him watch Dragon Wars, then he made me watch New Jack City, and now I'm making him watch Up, Up, and Away, another Disney Channel original movie that I grew up watching, a film that definitely I have a lot of nostalgia for because I feel like I saw it 100 million times growing up as a kid, but a film that I was definitely interested to go back and see what I felt of it today. I waited to hear Rashad G's review on this first because I wanted to kind of hear what he had to say about it and then go in and rewatch the movie myself. I literally just watched it 15 minutes ago, so this is a completely fresh review. The basic premise of this movie is that you have this world of superheroes, and in this universe they actually talk about the Green Hornet, Superman, they talk about a few other DC characters I believe, talk about like Spider-Man and Mary Jane. So the idea is that this kind of takes place within that same kind of world. This movie came out in 2000 and is an over-the-top cheesy superhero Disney Channel original movie. So like I mentioned, this is a world of superheroes, but this film focuses on a black family where everybody has their superpowers except for one son, the main character, who's about to become 14. And in this world, essentially, if you haven't gained your superpowers prior to being 14, by 14 you should have your superpowers. So his 14th birthday is coming up and he has not gotten his superpowers, and he does not get his superpowers. The big positive Disney message at the end of this movie is that you don't need superpowers to be a hero, to do amazing things. You don't need what everybody else has in order for you to be special in your own way and be able to do things in your own way. And that's, you know, definitely a positive message that you can take away from this film. There's definitely a lighthearted, fun tone to this. But yeah, this is a really cheesy superhero movie. It's funny because a part of the reason I sent this movie to Rashad G is because he told me a lot of his picks for me were going to be black films. He wants me to watch a lot of black films, whether they're classics, cult classics, just a lot of black films. He wanted to show me a bunch of them. So I was totally down for that. I really enjoyed New Jack City. If you guys have not seen that video, if you go down to Rashad G's channel and look up his New Jack City video, I'm in that where I gave my thoughts on that movie. And yeah, I really enjoyed that film. And so I kind of wanted to return the favor by showing him a black film that I grew up with, which is this over-the-top cheesy superhero movie called Up, Up, and Away that stars Robert Townsend. And when I sent him this movie, I didn't even really think about the fact that Robert Townsend was in this movie. He's a very famous black actor. And Rashad is about to give you guys a little more history about what Robert Townsend did in the film Community. But yeah, I wasn't really thinking about that. So it was funny to be able to see Rashad's review on this and kind of see him watch a movie with Robert Townsend for the first time. That definitely was not what he was expecting and probably not what he wanted to see. So I will say right now, Rashad's review is really funny for me. I had a great time watching your review, man. So thank you for being a part of this video. But yeah, this is an over-the-top, really cheesy film. Like I mentioned, it focuses on this black family and there's the one son who has not gained his powers yet. And that's a lot of what this movie has to do about is this kid that has not gotten his powers, and it's kind of him overcoming that. And he's the character with the most development across this film. The performances across this film are pretty bad, specifically when it comes to a lot of the extras or just people on the side or people who maybe have a line or two. The special effects in this film are god-awful, and on a lot of levels, this is not a great film. However, I have a nostalgic attachment to this film, so I couldn't help but laugh a lot of times and just kind of remember being a kid watching this movie when it was brand new and fresh. It is crazy to see the special effects and the costume design in this, knowing that this movie came out in 2000 though, because at that point we did have a lot of really great films and a lot of things that looked at least decent. So this is definitely on the lower level of superhero films, and it's not trying to be anything amazing. It's supposed to be a silly, over-the-top, made-for-TV film. But yeah, this movie is completely and utterly cheesy, and one thing that just blew my mind going back and watching it was just how bad the costume design is. Everything from the color tones, just the way the costumes look, the way they sit on the people's bodies, it definitely does not flatter the actors and actresses, and it's just a film that is 110% cheesy. Now, before I continue my thoughts on this, let's go ahead and hear what Rashad G Reviews had to say about this.
All right, well, I don't know what the hell I got myself into with this shit, but okay. I had to watch Up, Up, and Away, a Disney original film, and this really hurts for me to do this because the man involved with this movie, the director, producer, and star of the movie, is one of my heroes, Robert Townsend. Just to give you a little bit of backstory, Robert Townsend is one of the pioneer black directors that kicked the door down and opened the door for other black directors to come in and tell their stories that they wanted to tell back in the mid to late 80s. In the 70s, you had the blaxploitation era. You had black directors, but by the time the 70s were over with, all those directors were out of work. That there was no more need in Hollywood for black directors. And then Spike Lee comes with She's Gotta Have It, Robert Townsend comes with a movie called Hollywood Shuffle, which he funded himself, paid for it himself. No studio wanted to fuck with him, and the movie became a hit. And then he directed one of my favorite movies of all time, The Five Heartbeats. I love Robert Townsend. He collaborated with Keenan Ivory Wayans, Eddie Murphy, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man is a pioneer. He's a true artist. But I gotta say, he's made some fucking stinkers. Robert Townsend had his try at superhero movies when he did Meteor Man. All right, Meteor Man was, oh god.
Meteor Man's in town.
A. Perez assigns me this movie, Up and Away, which came out in 2000, and this is before the superhero genre really kicked off. This is before the MCU and everything. The superhero genre was just trying to find its way. It was getting its footing. This is the worst shit that I've seen since this.
We all need heroes in our lives. Sometimes we find them in the most unlikely places.
Even to Disney movie standards, to TV movie standards, this was atrocious. What the fuck? Alright, I know there's lessons in all Disney movies, so the lesson in this movie is not all heroes wear capes. You don't need superpowers. You don't need a cape to be a hero. All you need is this and this and the courage to do the right thing, and you can be a hero. Okay, that's a cool little lesson, but man, at least make a good movie. Look at the costumes in this movie. This was The Incredibles before The Incredibles. All right, this is the catalyst to The Incredibles. I think this movie would have been better off being an animated joint, because live action, this was just terrible. I couldn't get past the costumes. I couldn't get past the bad acting. I couldn't get past the jokes that fell flat on their asses. I was embarrassed to watch this. Perez assigned a movie called Brink to me prior to this, and I take Brink over this shit. This was one of the worst joints I've ever seen in my life. Alright? Sherman Hemsley is in this. George Jefferson himself is in this movie, and he's just being buffoonish. Well, I guess you could say he was buffoonish in the Jeffersons too, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so this family has these superpowers, and the boy, I can't remember the name of the characters in this movie, but the youngest boy is close to his 14th birthday, and the way the superhero thing, the superpowers work is that by the 14th birthday, right before that, you get your powers. He hasn't gotten his powers yet, so he's not going to be a superhero. So the rest of the family, even the little sister, everybody is powered. He's the only one that's not. But he still manages to find something inside to make him a hero. Listen, let's be realistic, y'all. This is some depressing shit. Now, put yourself in that situation of that boy. Your whole family has got superpowers. They can all do shit, fly, laser beams and shit, super fast. You got nothing. That's some depressing shit. You want to know what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened to that boy when he grew up, okay? No sequel needed, but this is what happened to that boy. That boy grew up, he started doing drugs and alcohol, became suicidal, and ended up killing himself because he couldn't be like the rest of his family. End of story. Even the villain in this movie, which I've seen this guy in a lot of stuff before, but I can't remember his name. He has some kind of computer program, some internet program, where it mind controls kids to do his bidding, to do whatever he wants them to do, which includes stealing from parents and all. Look, and listen, this movie's trash. All right, it's trash. It's trash. And I think, A. Perez, I think you assigned this movie to me just so I can rant on it. And damn it, I'm going to find something that you can rant on because you like almost damn near everything. And I'm going to find that movie. Payback's a bitch. Payback's a bitch. I got you, man. I'm going to find something for you. See, right now, I'm assigning you shit that I love. But, oh, I got some shit for you later on. For assigning me this and to have me shit on one of my fucking movie heroes. I got something for your ass, man. Anyways, y'all, Up and Away is just gutter trash, all right? Even when he flies, he has to say up and away. Ain't nobody said up and away since 1950 Superman. And with the worst effects you'll ever see. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, has better effects than that. Who greenlit this? Who watched this movie and thought it was a good idea to put out to the world to inspire somebody? Robert Townsend, I love you, man. But that right there, that's worse than Media Man. And Media Man was very cringeworthy. Don't ever do that again. Don't do that no more. Anyways, y'all. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. I'm not even grading it. Just throw it away. Kobe in the trash. Done. Yeah, Rashad G signing out. Aprez, what you got, homie?
Big thanks to Rashad G Reviews for being in this video with me. Dude, I'm so sorry I put you through this movie, but honestly, this is part of why I wanted to do this with Rashad, because I know that he's just down to watch a movie and give his honest opinion. So honestly, you guys are going to see Rashad here on this channel a lot more, because stuff like this is so much fun for me to do. Even if I have a nostalgic attachment to this movie, I can objectively see that this movie can be completely and utterly ass for somebody else. So it's just great to be able to go back and revisit this for me, talk about what works and what doesn't work, what I'm still attached to with this movie being something that I grew up with. But yeah, on an overall level, guys, this is a really cheesy film with really bad performances. I actually think that Robert Townsend is actually pretty good in this movie. I think he's the one who knows what kind of movie he's in. He knows what the movie is, and I think that he just sells his performance really, really well. This is also the first movie that I ever saw that had Robert Townsend in it, which I'm sure is going to be blasphemy for Rashad. I can't wait to hear his thoughts after he watches this review. But yeah, on an overall level, guys, this is a movie with really bad costume design that has a nice message at the end of the film. It's over the top, it's silly, it's kind of boring at times, but it's just a film I wanted to talk about and kind of just go back and revisit. I think one of the worst things about this movie is the score at times. Sometimes it's very basic, you know, TV movie kind of score, and then sometimes it's just so late 90s, over the top electronic score that just is not good whatsoever. And on an overall level, guys, I just found this to be a fun rewatch for me, in a way of kind of being able to just laugh at it and just realize how silly and over the top this movie is. This film kind of teeters that line of being really cheesy and bad and just being somewhat generic, and I think that this is a movie that can just be forgotten by many. It was nice to see some of the familiar faces that I forgot were in this movie. Nobody that's really huge. I'd say the biggest name for sure in this movie is Robert Townsend, but outside of that, there's not really anybody else in here that's like a big name. There's a few other people that you would see and be like, oh, I recognize them from this and from that, but nobody that's going to be a mind-blowing reveal. I think it's funny that they try to tie this in with, like I said, Spider-Man and the other superhero characters that are from different universes, but it's just really silly. One thing I forgot to mention, and it's probably the last thing I say, is that in this universe, the superheroes are all essentially weakened by aluminum foil, which I find to be really, really funny. They don't really ever explain if it's just this black family that we follow, this main family, or if it's all the families or everybody. But, you know, like I said, Superman's in this universe, apparently, Spider-Man, these other characters. So are they all weakened by aluminum foil? I don't know. But literally, just them touching aluminum foil could either nullify their powers and weaken them or kill them. So yeah, guys, that's going to be our review on Up and Away. Definitely go down to the description box. Give Rashad G some love. I will be on his channel again very soon for his pick. There's definitely going to be a lot more back and forth with me and him on here on this channel. I love being able to do this movie with him, and yeah, this was just a cheesy, good, over-the-top film that going back and watching it is definitely not good, but it was just fun to be able to go back and revisit this movie. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below. Did you grow up with this movie? Do you have any nostalgia to this? Have you ever seen this movie? Are you interested in seeing this cheesy mess? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see each and every single one of you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.